Good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Big Akar Ahmed and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be reacting to videos on X. We're going to be scrolling down my X feed. I'm kind of scared to do this a little bit because X is very unfiltered. X is very ruthless of a site. The way that I see X's algorithm really working, it kind of finds what you enjoy, what you like, and it kind of feeds you the opposite as well as feeding you what you like. So this is kind of a little bit of a crazy idea, especially with YouTube and their guidelines and all their censorship and sensory. I don't know what I'm about to get into, but hopefully I don't scroll into anything too crazy. If I do, hopefully I can, edit it out. I might have to go ahead and edit and blur the video out. I don't edit any of my videos. It's all live form content all the way through. So inshallah, hopefully that we don't run into anything too crazy and we can just see how X's algorithm works, see how everything goes ahead and, flows through. So we're going to go ahead and jump here. Most of the things that we're probably going to see is going to be like Israel, Palestine. You might see like some fighting videos. I don't know, Lebanon, political things, United States, things of this nature. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. And it's really good. Like I told you, it's really good at showing you the opposite of what you believe. And the reason X does this is to keep engagement. The more tweets that are going out, the more engagement they get. The more engagement they get, the more the site pops off. So what they need is people actually arguing with each other, people debating each other, people talking against each other. And they really know how it works. Like even on YouTube, a lot of my comments are just people who look for my type of content to argue with me, to debate with me, to tell me I'm wrong, to hate me, to go ahead and curse out me, curse out my family, curse out my religion. And that's just the way people operate. All people want to be right. And this is the way the Western media has completely transformed the world, is they're really good at feeding people through the media to go ahead and be enemies of each other. Because if people are enemies with each other and they're split from each other, they cannot uprise against the government. They cannot protect themselves against the government. They're much easier to control in selected groups. We'll jump right into it and see what we got here. Killer of a mother's two children blew her kiss during the trial.
Crime to smell.
It's not a crime.
Continue what you were saying.
But it doesn't help you, all right, to irritate people.
All right.
And you have a lot at stake in this case.
It's not a crime to smell, is it?
I didn't say you were committing a
Okay
crime.
then.
I'm saying
Continue
you're not
what you were
helping
saying.
yourself.
Continue what you were saying. I'm allowed
done.
to smell.
I would suggest
All
you
right.
do what helps
Okay.
you, not what hurts you.
Okay.
That's
do what I
all.
want to do.
Well,
Let's
do
get
what
that
you want to do.
understood.
That's fine.
Let's get that understood.
Look at me.
Ma'am!
He keeps turning.
Ma'am, I told you once before, let me please help you understand.
Because I can.
So he blows a kiss at her, pisses her off because he killed her two children, and then the judge is like, "Man," and then the judge gets bullied by the criminal. That's actually insane. Like, L's to that judge right there, definitely. I support Israel's right to defend and wipe out Hamas. Post 8 if you agree. All right. This is wild. Allah, who the F is Allah? Chanted today. First off, whoever takes children to stuff like this is sick in the head. Like, whoever brought their children here and then filmed the children saying this is sick in the head. You're immediately sick in the head. You're indoctrinating children to promote hate speech. And not just hate speech against a whole entire religion, hate speech against God Almighty, hate speech without any type of knowledge or understanding of what they're saying. They don't even know what they're saying. If you are, from Britain and you partake in stuff like this and you need help understanding what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala even means, you're more than welcome to subscribe to my channel, leave a like and comment down below, and go ahead and check previous videos where I explain what Allah even means to begin with. Allah means the God in Arabic, and it means the God, meaning it's singular to meaning there's only one God. He is all eternal, almighty, all merciful, and all knowing. And this is the God that created the heavens, the earth, the angels, the humans, everything in between, the animals, the plants, the oceans vast. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is God. So what these people are essentially saying right here is, God, who the F is God? Astaghfirullah wa atubu ilayk. And this is something that's being chanted in London. And these people are called patriots. These people are called people who care about their, their country. Look what their king is doing. Look at his demonic paintings that he's gone ahead and revealed to the world. Sickening. Bulgaria has approved the law banning the wearing of burqas in public places, institutions, schools, and government offices. Those who do not comply with the law are cut off from social aid and are given a fine of $850. Do you want the burqa to be banned in the United Kingdom? See, I don't have an issue with governments going ahead and making laws and banning things and doing what they please. My issue here is more or less, are other people allowed to dress the opposite? So are you allowed to, take your clothes completely off? If you're allowed to take your clothes completely off, different story. Are you allowed to wear a ski mask? Are you allowed to wear anything that basically covers your face? Is the problem covering your face, and is it only in government offices? No, it's in all public places. This is something that's a breach of freedom, and especially in America. Like, if America did something like this would breach all of our freedoms. It would breach our complete constitution, our religious freedoms, the freedom of speech, the freedom of the way we're allowed to dress and things of this nature. As long as you're not publicly nude, you should be able to dress the way you want. You should be able to cover from head to toe. I don't understand the issue with this necessarily. I don't know what these women have ever done as far as committing crimes and threatening the world, and these women in burqas have ever done, to be completely honest with you. I've never seen like a newscast or a news post of a woman in a burqa, an unidentified woman in burqa gets away from highway robbery. Like, I've never seen anything like this in my life. So this is something that is a direct anti-Islamic, hate law that was put in place by disgusting government officials. But to each their own. People are allowed to do whatever they want with their countries, and if they're gonna do that, they're gonna do that. Like, I don't think that Bulgaria is a democratic country like the United States of America and has freedoms and things of this nature. But I mean, if you're allowed to be gay and pipe each other down, I don't see any reason that you can't wear a burqa. If you're allowed to wear a bra and underwear in the street, I don't see why you can't wear a burqa. That's something that is directly, what's it called? Triggering footage. Muslim woman wish a pro-Israel man on a motorcycle to be killed, and then one of them chokes a man off the bike while resists him laughing. Free Palestine movement is a death cult. I mean, calling it a death cult is, completely false, and it's fine that you call it that, because this guy was pulled off of a bike. Yep. I mean, this is not any type of action that should be condoned. We shouldn't use violence. We shouldn't be pulling each other off bikes. We shouldn't be hitting each other. We shouldn't be shooting each other. We shouldn't be killing each other. We shouldn't be threatening each other's lives or anything of this nature. But Vivid, come on, bro. I mean, proud Zionist, you literally support the complete genocide of a whole entire people. You're calling the movement a death cult. You're calling it all of these things. But, dude, you literally post like death to Palestinians every single day. Like, this is how you speak about the Palestinian people. You have no sympathy, no care about anyone else but your own self and your own people. That's all you do, is just gloat and play victim to something. Do you think your superior car can handle driving across a flood tunnel? It's a long tunnel, bro. Nah. No way you see the other car completely stuck and sunken in, and you drive right through it. Oh, you don't actually know the definition of racism, and it is very concerning. Racism, Catholic car is dealing with unacceptable, and it has no place in sports. they throw around these terms like racist and things like this so often. It's another typical day in starving Gaza, where kids who are facing genocide sell cookies for relaxing Gazans at the beach. They're relaxing. They literally have tents. They're living on the beach. They're forced to the beach because their homes were destroyed, their businesses were destroyed, and yes, they are selling cookies. Like, I don't understand. Like, that's how, the world works. Like, you make things and then you sell things. I mean, like, to really think that you, like, this is what I mean about the propaganda. This is what I mean about the propaganda on X. This is crazy. Like, this is crazy. They're making it seem like, well, they're businessmen, they're businesswomen, they're not suffering, they're not nothing. Bro, they're living on the beach in tents. They're literally living on the beach in tents. Humanitarian aid is being dropped from the sky on them. And then you guys are going and blowing them up. And then you're going to pretend all of this garbage. Like, oh, it's just a movie. It's a Hollywood movie to make Palestinians look like they're being blown up. Like, babies are being blown up. Women and children are dead. It's just propaganda. It's just a lie. It's like they just called Sony on the phone and were like, hey, Sony, can you go ahead and direct this film called The Genocide of the Palestinian People for us? Like, that, it's literally ridiculous. Northern Israel is under constant bombardment. This cannot continue. Northern Israel is going to be continued to be under bombardment from, South Lebanon. That is just what's going to happen at this point. You guys have provoked an issue for way too long, and the issue is going to be continued to provoke because your government will not stop. And as your government doesn't stop, no one else is going to stop, and all you're going to do is pull more people into the issue. 320 million gone with the wind. What happened? Gaza pier sinks directly into the ocean. That's wild. The whole pier sunk into the ocean. So we're talking about cryptocurrency. Breaking: the Muslim majority country has passed a racist ban against Israel citizens and will not allow us to visit. You mean like in Israel, where you only give the freedom of return to Jewish people, not anyone else, and everyone else pretty much a second-class citizen at this point. And I know you're gonna come in here and tell me, oh, they have the same freedoms. Just look at them. They're being pushed out of their homes. Actually, in Israel, they have been for the last 50 to 60 years. They have been displaced from their homes. Palestinians. They don't have the same freedoms as you. I'm sorry, but you're completely wrong. And you guys have the right to return. You guys have the right to a lot of these different things. You guys have the right to different, governmental tax breaks and things of this nature. This is completely garbage. We're all equal type of thing. So, I mean, Israel, if I tried to enter Israel as a Lebanese Muslim right now, do you think they would let me in? Do you think they would let me in? As they're going into tensions with Lebanon, would they just let me into Israel and let me chill? Or do you think they'd be like, no, you're not coming in. For the safety of this country, you can't come in here. Hamas terrorist surrenders. They got him. You can hate Jewish people and love me at the same time. You can't hate Jewish people and love me at the same time. I don't think people hate Jewish people. I think people hate what the state of Israel has been doing to the Palestinians. I think people hate the way that, Jewish people deny Jesus and speak about Jesus and speak about Gentiles and the people that aren't Jewish, and the way that they have put themselves on a pedestal above all other people, the way that they act like they have some type of truth and some type of superiority above all other people, the way that they deny blatant things that are happening and play the victim after they have completely destroyed people, destroyed economies, destroyed complete countries, the way that they're doing today. And I don't think we hate Jewish people. I think we hate what a lot of Jewish people have done and are continuing to do, and then sit and play victim. So you can definitely hate Jewish people and love you at the same time. And Jewish people meaning specific Jewish people and specific things that Jewish people have done. Yes, you can. I can hate specific things black people have done. That doesn't mean I hate black people. I can hate specific things Arab people have done. I don't have to hate Arabs. I can hate specific things white people have done. You know, they came and raided the United States of America and destroyed all the Native Americans. I mean, I could hate that. It doesn't mean I hate white people. I'm white. So like I don't understand this concept that, you know, you're trying to make in your head, but dude, you're like super black. Like, I believe you're more Jewish than, like, Jewish by lineage and blood. Like, you're way closer to Moses than any of the people who are pretty much inside Israel that are like European white as snow. Like, you're definitely way closer to bloodline. Khabib told President Trump to stop the genocide in Gaza. I know you're gonna stop all the Palestinian wars, Khabib. I know you're going to stop all the Palestinian war. You're gonna stop it. I'm gonna stop it. It sounds like an empty promise, Mr. Trump, but that's basically, when I was watching the fight yesterday, really, really, really good fight. You guys should go watch it. Islam and Dustin. But Khabib went up to Trump, and as he was talking to Trump, I was literally saying the exact same thing. Like, I was quoting this as a joke, and it's kind of funny to go ahead and see it right now.
50 times. Thank you, man. I don't know.
I don't know if that's what he's saying at all, but that's what I was saying. TikToker offered a Palestinian $100 to kiss the Israeli flag. F around and find out, I guess, right? I mean, you shouldn't be using violence in any way, shape, or form, but you knew what you were doing. You were provoking him for a reason. It's like walking up to him and being like, hey, I have a question. Do you think this woman is pretty? You know, I banged her last night, and then showing a picture of his mom. You're going to get your ass whooped, right? And this is something that you're going to provoke people into doing. You know what you're doing. You know why you're doing it. And he was trying to teach you a little bit of a lesson. He slapped you up. He didn't kill you. He didn't, you know, cut you open. I don't condone violence in any way, shape, or form unless it's really self-defense. But, you know, this guy knew what he was doing. He messed around and he found out. Jack Black admitted he sold his soul to the devil. Yeah, they all do. If your mom dies, I'm going with her. Ryan Garcia. F Al Qaeda, F Hamas, F ISIS, F Hezbollah, F the regime of Iran. I'm civilization pieces of scum, tolerant ideology, F Islamic fundamentalist. It deserves so much of the score of Nazism and zero protections. So, what about Israel? What about the Zionist movement? What about Great Britain? What about the United States and the proxy wars they funded? You do know Al Qaeda and ISIS and the Taliban are all funded by the United States. They're all funded by Israel, right? And protected by them and work with them, right? You do know that all of their weapons came from them, right? So, I mean, we can say F them all they want. Hamas is not even close to ISIS or Al Qaeda or the Taliban. They're not even close. They don't have those other terrorist groups like Al Qaeda and the Taliban and ISIS. They were created to fight against their government and fight against outside forces, right? So they were really created to dismantle the country from the inside out. Hamas was not created to dismantle Gaza from the inside out. It was created to protect Palestine and Gaza away from Israel. That was why it was founded. Completely different objective. Hezbollah is nothing like any of them. Okay? First off, I'm not condoning any of these groups. I'm not saying any of these groups are great. I'm not saying any of these groups are fantastic. But to sit here and exclude Israel from the list after they've just slaughtered over 30,000 people, women, children, is kind of crazy that you're really, really, really saying, like, F all these other people. Hezbollah is a group that was formed in southern Lebanon to go ahead and keep Israel out of southern Lebanon. So, Israel is pushing the southern Lebanon and has taken many parts of southern Lebanon, and Hezbollah is a fighting force that has kept them out. Hezbollah is not a group that was a terrorist group that was funded to go ahead and fight their own government and take out their own government and overthrow their own government and kill their own people and overthrow their own people. They don't do that. So it's kind of like funny that you compare them all to each other when they're nothing alike each other. You can label them all as terrorists. That's fine. Label them all as terrorists. But we're going to label Israel as a terrorist. We're going to label the United States as a terrorist. We're going to label Cuba as a terrorist. We're going to label Russia as a terrorist. We're going to label China as a terrorist. We're going to label North Korea as a terrorist. We're going to label Germany as a terrorist. We're going to label all of these countries as terrorists, right? And then we're going to go ahead and compare them all and call them the same exact thing. You're kind of crazy when you go ahead and do stuff like this because they're all very different. They were formed very differently. They were funded for different reasons. And to put them all in one classification or group is just you trying to spread propaganda. Community of New York is celebrating Israel Day Parade. What do you notice about it? I notice Israel flags and United States flags. Unless you zoom in on something that I'm missing. Oh, the gay pride flags. I don't know. I don't know. This is all propaganda captioning anyways. We should have an anti-pedophilia month, but I guess that would upset the LGBT crowd. Yeah, probably. I mean, Gay Pride Month is right now, and Gay Pride Month is literally used to indoctrinate children into this ideology. Children don't know any better. The more that you reinforce an idea in people's heads, the more that they're going to go ahead and it be forced upon them. Full-grown adults, let alone children. So, like, for instance, let's say, first off, I don't know why we teach sexuality. Like, sexuality is a very weird thing to be prideful of. Why are we prideful of sexuality? Like, I understand your culture. Like, oh, I'm African and I'm proud. I'm American and I'm proud. I'm Chinese and I'm proud. I'm Russian and I'm proud. You're proud of your culture. You're proud of the foods. You're proud of your family. You're proud of your history. You're proud of these things. Yes, I understand that. Like, that's why we have a Black History Month, to go ahead and teach people Black history, because everything that has kind of been indoctrinated in people's head is Black people, they kill and they steal and they're gangsters and they live in the hood. And now, like, this is what has been indoctrinated in people's head in the United States of America through rap music, through the history, through everything that they've been trying to push upon us. So that's why we have a Black History Month, to remind Black people as well, you have a history. It's not just what you grew up with, bro. It's not just, oh, your dad was in a gang and this is what happened, and you live in poverty and the system is against you, and you got to do it. It's kill or be killed type of situation. No, it's to show you the history of Black people, show you where they come from, what it is, what their culture is, what makes them fantastic throughout human history. And it makes me really, really, really sad to kind of see this, like really, really, really see them trying to indoctrinate people in this wicked, wicked, wicked way, to where gay pride is somehow this indoctrination now. It's somehow trying to do what? I mean, gay marriage is legal. You're allowed to be gay. You're allowed to be transgender. Like, I'm allowed to go cut my balls off right now, which is kind of crazy to think of. Like, oh my God, we're so free. I can cut my genitalia off. That's crazy to think about. And like, what do you need this for? Like, what do you need Gay Pride Month for? I really don't understand why we need Gay Pride Month. It's indoctrinating. Like, here you go. Anti-Israel protesters are physically blocking the Philadelphia Gay Pride. Yeah. I mean, this, of course, is going to happen. You have two large groups of people who are protesting at the same exact time, and they're trying to block each other. But, like, look. Why do you need to protest gay pride? Why? Just go be proud at home. Like, you're not changing anything. Everything is already accepted for you. The reason that they're trying to protest, they're not protesting anti-Israel. They're protesting against genocide, because they're trying to make a voice to change something, right? When you want to change something, you protest. Why are gay pride people protesting? What do you want to change? Like, what more do you want past what you have already? No one cares about your sexuality. Why you wear on your t-shirt, I take it in the butt, no one cares. Why you take your titties out, no one cares. Why you're dressed up as a drag queen and trying to force it on people. Why you're wearing face paint, no one knows. Like, no one knows. Go do that at home with your partner. Go be weird at home. People who are straight don't run around the streets and pull their titties out and go, I'm straight and I'm proud and I love women and I love titties. Like, it's just weird. Don't do that. Like, I don't really understand promoting sexuality. Like this, it's real sick. It's freaking sickening to promote sexuality. Like, sexuality is really weird, especially when you're promoting it to children. The children see all of this. They're on the internet. They see all of this. They're doing it in schools. They're indoctrinating kids into the sexual garbage. Oh, it's so cute. My little son has a girlfriend in first grade and second grade. Bro, they're like 7, bro. It's not cute that he has a girlfriend. It's not cute that, you know, you let your daughter have sleepovers with her boyfriend at the age of 13 and 14 years old. That's weird, bro. Oh, she's gonna do it anyway, so I might as well just allow it in my own house so I can surveillance it. You're an idiot. You're actually an idiot. And you know, when you indoctrinate people with this idea of like, it's okay to be gay, it's okay to be tranny, it's okay to cut your genitals off, it's okay to do all that, you know, kids don't understand this. They don't understand it. 14 years old, you know, they get a boyfriend, and then at 16 they're not with that boyfriend anymore. He wasn't showing them attention, he cheated on her, this and that. Well, I hate boys and I hate men and I, you know, hate this and I hate that. I should try out women, you know, because I've never had a problem with women. It's okay to be gay. It's okay to do this. I've never had a problem with women. I love all my friends. My friends, I really get along with them much better than I ever do with men. They want the same things as me. They want attention. They want all of this stuff. They want to be a girly girl. We could do without men. Feminism. And this is what is being indoctrinated inside kids' brains. Men as well. You know, that woman's a bitch and she's this and she's that and like, what? Why? Like, why are we indoctrinating children with these ideas? It's the government, bro. It's the government who control the media, and if you don't protect your children from this stuff, then your children are going to be exposed to it. I'm going to have to blur that out, which is very, very, very annoying. But that was an image of a Palestinian girl being completely blown up. Very upsetting. We had a good, really good stretch there. F all, sorry about the language, how strongly I feel about this moment in our country and continent, not theirs. Agree. So they're kicking out Muslim pigs with the Quran back to the Middle East. And this is Europe doing this because they have a Muslim problem. And this Muslim problem is probably just going to turn into, you know, another Hitler 2.0 type of situation. Build a bunch of concentration camps, get rid of all the Muslims. The Muslims are so bad. They're evil Muslims. We have to kill them all. So this is probably what's going to end up happening in Europe. And it's getting real bad, guys. Everything's getting really bad. And I don't know, man. Israel supporter that attacked a Muslim woman is caught and beaten. I mean, you beat women, you know, F around and find out. Nikki Haley, despite what we're hearing on college campuses and seeing in the media, the majority of Americans stand with Israel. Israel are not just fighting their own enemies in the Middle East, they are fighting ours too. Meeting with the Israel war cabinet and leaders expressed that. I'm not even going to look at the rest. Nikki Haley, you are a terrorist. I'm going to tell you that right now. You literally went to Israel and you signed bombs. Like, you literally signed missiles. Like, Nikki Haley loved, like, you know, that's gonna blow up women and children, right? And you're literally signing bombs, like autographing bombs and missiles to go ahead and blow up women and children. You're sicko. You're literally a sicko. You're gross, and you're not gonna win presidential, you know, election. Not at all. You can go be Netanyahu's teacher pet. You know, you can. I want to say something really worse because I really cannot stand this woman, but you know, you can go do whatever you want. You can go shake hands with them. You can go get your paychecks all you want. Go make your millions of dollars by, you know, showing all this garbage. But, you know, you're going to have to meet your creator. You're going to have to meet God Almighty. And when you do that, good luck, Nikki Haley. Good luck. More alarms in my town. Can Can you go away? More alarms in my town. We're in a shelter. This is the third time we had to go into shelter because Hezbollah is launching missiles towards us with one goal: to kill as many civilians as possible. Hezbollah and Hamas must be destroyed. Yet they're not trying to kill as many civilians as possible. I mean, that in your context, you can go ahead and say that. I mean, it looks like you still have internet perfectly fine. It looks like you're, tweeting perfectly fine. You don't shut up. I mean, I've read like 8 tweets on my feed from you today. I don't even follow you, which is kind of crazy. When you're in a shelter and you're scared for your life, to be continuously commenting memes and commenting propaganda all day. Their objective is to kill as many civilians as possible. We'll see about that. We'll see how many civilians actually end up dead out of Hezbollah's attacks. See if Hezbollah actually just kind of targeted things like electric plants and banks and embassies of this sort and governmental buildings. We'll see if it was just like governmental buildings and Hezbollah hitting like military posts and things of this nature, or if they're actually trying to send missiles in the middle of neighborhoods and destroy Israeli people and to kill Jewish people, kind of like Israel has been doing to Gaza for the last 8 months. I got hiccups. I don't think that it is any way, shape, or form comparable. You saying they're trying to kill as many civilians as possible, I think you're literally dumb. Like, you're retarded from, in the nicest way, shape, or form. You have a mental condition. Like, your brain does not work properly. And this is very, very, very nice as I'm placing this. And I don't think you really comprehend, but we will see. We'll see how many civilians Hezbollah has gone ahead and wiped out as they're trying to kill as many civilians as possible. When Israel literally drops one strike and kills 100 people, like, it's nothing. Women, children, like it's nothing. In the middle of literally civilization's neighborhoods. It's not even like they're targeting, because they use them as human shields. Yeah, that is always the excuse. When we blow up 30,000 women and children, it's because Hamas used them as human shields. It's crazy stuff, bro. The West respects women. New York, Brooklyn, what's wrong in this world? Oh, wow, he elbowed her in the face. He went boom. Oops. She's getting grabbed, thrown to the ground, and elbowed in the face. Like, why'd you gotta elbow her in the face? Like, why'd you gotta do all that, bro? Like, you're a grown man, bro. You're a grown man. Like, what is that? That makes me very, very, very upset. We'll go ahead and end it somewhere around here. There's 2 bookmarks I kind of want to show you guys. Saw this earlier. This is child abuse, they say. This little girl is wearing a burqa. She's obviously at a public event. She's being interviewed by NBC, one of the largest Arabic newscasting stations in, the Middle East. And they're saying that this is child abuse because she's wearing a costume for the day, pretty much. This child does not wear this every day. This is not required. This is not what she wears every single day. And I find this very, very distasteful. I mean, let's see. Children wearing traditional clothing. Let's see. I mean, is this child abuse? You know what I mean? Is all of this child abuse because they're wearing traditional clothing and forcing it? How about this? How about children in beauty pageants? I mean, how about this? Is this child abuse? Indoctrinating these little girls into thinking you need pounds and pounds of makeup to be pretty, and you're pretty, and you're not pretty the way that you were born, and you need to do all of this before they've even hit maturity, before they've even, entered their adulthood, to make them think like, you can't eat this, you can't do this, you can't do this because no one's gonna like you, no one's gonna think you're pretty, you need to be the best, you need to be the prettiest version of yourself possible. But this is child abuse. This is, oppression on women. I mean, not selling your body for money online, not completely, running through 20 guys by the time you get married at the age of 30. That's not oppression on women. No, this is oppression. This is child abuse. Kind of crazy to me. And then this right here. this is really, really crazy to me because it literally says, Allah, Allah, who the F is Allah? Shout British patriots in London. Also, little patriots join the cry. See, they're calling them patriots. In the beginning of the video, we watched the same video, right? And this is children doing it. They are indoctrinating children into saying this stuff. This is mentally like effed. Like, this is messed up stuff. This is literally messed up stuff. And guys, this is X. Like, this is X. This is literally what we see on X. This is mind-boggling to me that X has turned into this big propaganda site where everyone's arguing and everyone's fighting over propaganda and everyone's posting fake propaganda at the same time as real propaganda, and it's becoming very deceptive. It's becoming very, very crazy. And like I said, X is going to launch future updates. It's going to become really, really, really big. This is just the beginning. They are turning Twitter into something much larger. And for a website that has no restrictions at all, free speech, it's crazy on here. The type of things that we see, I'm surprised we didn't see any like nudity or anything of this nature. Usually X is really, 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 really bad with that stuff. It really likes to show you like nudity and crazy clips like that. Boobs, people running around naked in the street, things of this sort. I'm really surprised that we didn't run into anything like that, and I have to blur anything of that nature out. But who the F is God? This is what they're teaching their kids, and then this guy's literally calling them patriots. Like, how are they patriots, bro? This is completely ridiculous. To call people who stand against Allah, people who stand against God, patriots? And then you to call them little patriots? Like, you sicko, you weirdo? Like, you're really, 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 really on that tip. I don't know, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed reacting to some of these X clips with me. Scrolling down my feed. My feed is pretty political and pretty, anti-religion if you really, really look at it. There's a lot of anti-Muslim things on here. There's a lot of anti-Palestine, anti-Israel things. It's just anti stuff all down my feed. And it's just to engage me, to argue and fight with people. I don't really do it at all. I don't talk to people. I might correct people here and there on their ignorance. But everything that is happening right here today is to put each other against each other, to keep people attacking each other, to keep people against each other. Black versus white, Democrat, Republican, Jew and Muslim, Christian and Muslim. Like, that's all they want is us against each other. Gay and straight. They just want everyone against each other. If they can keep everyone against each other, they can keep everyone segregated. If they keep everyone segregated, they can keep us controlled. And this is how they control us. This is how they keep us controlled. They keep us fighting. They keep us arguing with each other. Be very, very careful, guys. Keep your mind out of the loop. If you're going to use the internet, be very, very aware. Keep an open mind. Pray. Guard yourself from the toxicities of this world. If you're going to do these things, please guard yourself from these toxic things that are going ahead and happening. And until next time, thank you guys for coming in today. God bless every single one of you. And make sure you pray. Make sure you pray for protection. Make sure you pray for guidance. God Almighty is the one above all things. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one above all things, and there is no guidance that is greater than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's guidance. There is no knowledge that is greater than God's knowledge. Thank you guys so much for coming today, and until next time, of course, free Palestine.